Okay, so these are the central base, the central feet sections. I bought some square M4 nuts from eBay, just search for them, and they will slot in. They slot in perfectly into the into the little slots there. A bit fiddly to get in, but they will once they're in. And you can see that they sit in. They're sitting exactly in there. I haven't had to clean that out or anything. Just get them both in there. I found that they're likely to fall out again, so I've just taped them in with a bit of tape and a bit of tape on the inside, just to stop them sticking on that side, and you can just hold them in. Because they're a bit, I can't see how you could glue them in or anything. I think you'd be, I can't see that would work anyway. So that will hold them in there. I think if you just put a bit of tape on them, the actual nut might stick to the base of the tape. So although they'll move, if you hold it upside down now, they'll hold in there. I'll just pan the camera up. You can see I've just got some, I'm not sure how long they are actually. They are 50mm, those ones. The other ones I had weren't quite long enough. I had some like 40mm ones. Have to make sure the nut sits at the bottom, otherwise the screw's not going to go in. So just see on that side, that just screw in from there. I suppose the base should be glued together, the 2 feet should be glued together, but I'm just dry fitting it all at the moment. As you can see, I still haven't glued this to the upper 2 rings of the main body. It just makes it easier to work with, just to see how it all goes together. So it's obviously not tight at the moment, but that's going to be very strong. I've printed some more of the sections, so I'll just show you how they go together. So I'll just pause the camera. Okay, this is the centre foot section. I've just temporarily taped it together. So that's the inner piece there. That's the top. So I'll show you how it comes apart. As I say, I haven't. It's just taped at the moment. And that's those pieces. This section. Just take that tape off. Comes apart like that. Again, remember, you're going to have to insert the nuts in there before you put it all together. Stop them falling out. So that would be inside there. That bit sits in around. See, that's going to bolt inside there into those nut heads. So you can see how it's going to line up. I haven't put all this together because I've still got to print these splines that go in there. But just seeing if all the bits go together. I'm also, you can just see sitting in the background, starting to print the wheels. I've printed these actually out of PLA, although I think it's recommended that they're printed out something a lot stronger. But mine's not really going to be that it's going to be sort of stationary. I think it'll work, but it's not exactly going to drive around anywhere. I am going to print the actual wheels themselves out of PTG, which I have. So that's being made at the moment. There's an offset one of those, which I'll just pan around, which is that one sitting on the printer there. That's the third style of that one. There's 3 types of bits. So once I've got all those wheels together, I can then start mounting them inside there. So that's coming along quite nicely. I'm just going to see how that would mount. Just pan back to my back to that. I'm just going to see how that's going to mount on the actual base, if you see what I mean. So I'll put that together now. So I'm just trying to check out how those screw in. I've got some various different nuts. Those bolts, those are probably not quite long enough, but they do just grip. They're 20 mil M4s. It's probably 25 to be better. But you've just got to sit that nut. Make sure those nuts are sitting fully in there, and they do just grip those. I think I might get slightly longer ones, but yeah, they fit, they get in there. You can see, so that's screwed through. I mean, it's still only taped together, as you can see, but that's screwed through into that section there, into the 4 nuts in there. So it's actually already becoming really quite a solid piece of plastic, actually. And the wheels, I'm assuming, just look at the drawing, go in somehow in here. Those bits interlink, so they're sort of offset, and they sit in across those bars, I assume, like that. There's a lot of those to be printed, and there's a lot of the actual the rotating wheel sections to be printed. 40 of them, I think, something like that. So as I say, I'm printing that offset piece at the moment to try and see how many of these I need to print, but again, a lot. So once they're all in there. That's that. And that is going to sit in there. So in fact, I'd have to put the base, that piece would have to, because that's got the bolt in, sorry, I'm just getting the camera, because that bit's got the bolt in, which is going to go through there, I'd have to put that base in first and then assemble it, so which I'll do in a second, just to get an idea of how that goes together. Yeah, so there it is from above, and that just will sit in there. Because I couldn't work out how you can put the bolt in and then slide that on without sort of gluing that on the top. But obviously I want to be able to take the whole thing apart. I'm assuming you want to be able to take it apart. That should now slot in. That should line up inside, which it does. these bolts probably need to be a bit longer. I think it fit okay there. Let's set that. Let's put 2 for the time being. So I think that's, if you can see that, which you can, yeah, is the foot obviously upside down. So there's just 2 bolts in there for the minute, so it's all a bit fragile. But that, I think, is how the centre foot goes together. You can see inside there. So that seems to work okay. I've just bought the bearings and various bits and pieces for the leg, for the feet and everything. There's a list on the 3D printer's website. Larry's put up an Amazon list, which is American sourced, but you can, the parts are all available in the UK if you just do a check on the UK site. So there's various ball bearings and various 608, they're called ZZ ball bearings and things, which sit inside bits of these, from what I can understand. Once they arrive, I'll start putting these feet together. I'm just printing loads of these at the moment. As I said, I'm printing that in PLA, but I have just ordered some nylon to print the actual runners themselves, and I've also ordered the small little metal cross little studs that will go in there, which again was on Larry's list. So I've all those little bits and pieces I've just ordered, hopefully come over the next week or so I can start putting those wheels in. But it's also, once you sort of assemble it, it all sort of makes total sense. So it's I think it's coming together rather well. I'm rather pleased with this. So I think I might glue most of this together. I'm not quite sure how the studding goes in there, but I saw again there was a few questions on that. But that's pretty near. So I'm going to glue as much as possible together and just keep printing bits and pieces and printing, as I say, loads and loads of these pieces and then the 40 odd runners in nylon. With the new, I'm going to get a new slicer program as well, so we'll try that out. And I've also got to make these ribs as well. So there's quite a bit to still print. So that's where I'm at this minute.